Lila had lived in the old house for only 3 weeks when the footsteps started. At first, she dismissed them as settling wood or shifting pipes. But these weren't random creaks. They were deliberate. Slow, dragging footsteps moved back and forth across the length of the attic above her bedroom every night, always starting at 2:13 a.m. She checked the clock each time. Her parents, exhausted from unpacking and blind to the strange tension in the house, brushed off her worry. "The attic's sealed, honey," her dad said. "Nothing's up there." But Lila knew what she heard. On the 22nd night, the footsteps stopped. Not gradually, just gone, like someone had paused mid-stride. The sudden silence felt heavier than the noise. And then she heard a new sound. 3 soft knocks directly above her bed. The next morning, determined to prove she wasn't imagining things, she searched the hallway for the attic door. A thin layer of dust covered the knob, as if no one had touched it for years. Still, when she wrapped her fingers around it, the knob turned easily. Inside, the air was cold enough to sting her lungs. The attic was emptier than she expected. Just wooden beams, old insulation, and a single tall mirror standing in the far corner, its surface draped with a sheet. The footsteps didn't return that night. Instead, Lila dreamed of the mirror, of something moving behind the fabric, straining to get out. On the 3rd night after her visit, she heard the dragging steps again. But this time, they weren't above her. They were in the hallway. The floorboards groaned under each slow footfall, coming closer to her room, stopping at her door. The handle turned. She froze, unable to breathe, waiting for the door to open. But instead, after a long stretch of silence, she heard the footsteps retreat upward toward the attic stairs. The next morning, she found the attic door open, and the mirror's sheet lying discarded on the floor. She approached slowly, her heart hammering. The mirror reflected the empty attic behind her, warped slightly by age. But as she leaned closer, she noticed something wrong with her reflection. Her eyes were too dark, her smile too wide, and as she reached out to touch the glass, her reflection lifted its hand first. Then its fingers pressed through the surface like water,